So if you didn't know, there's this event called the Sonic Amateur Games Expo, or SAGE, where a bunch of people make games. There are some fan games, original games, but mostly just Sonic fan games. I've played a few fan games in my life, and today I'm going to talk about my favorite one, Sonic GT. Sonic GT is a 3D fan game created by Not So Greedy, with the first demo coming out in March 2019, and the full game coming out during SAGE 2020, and it's a big game, so let's start with the story. The story isn't too big, but I'll summarize it quickly. Eggman kidnaps Ray as bait to lure in Mighty to take his shell. Sonic and Tails find Mighty in the ground, and then they fly to Hilltop Zone trying to rescue Ray. We beat up a robot to get Eggman's attention, and then he blows up a freaking volcano. Tails' informant, Shadow, says the next place to go to is Sunset Boulevard. Shadow tells us where to go to stop the robot blocking Tails' tracker, and this is some of the funniest dialogue I've ever seen.
Is it bad if I say I kinda liked him best when he was sacrificing himself for the sake of the planet?
That's terrible! Don't joke about that!
Oh, I'm not joking.
Dude, that's cold even for you!
After beating up the boss, we track Eggman down to his hidden base from Sonic Adventure 2. We infiltrate the base and he reveals his plan to us. We take out the hard-boiled egg, get it, because of the shell, with the power of friendship. Oh, I mean friendship. It's not a bad story, but it's pretty basic and simple. I think the characters are quite accurate to how they are in official media, but I wish there were more characters to play as in the story mode. It's just Sonic and Mighty. Maybe for Sunset Boulevard we could have seen it from Shadow's perspective, where he destroys the jammer instead of Sonic, but I can't really think of much that could be added. For a game called the Grand Tour, I would have expected a bigger story, but I'd rather have a basic story than a bad one. Sonic GT is made using the bumper engine, which is more momentum focused and doesn't have a boost, and I think the game was made perfectly for this. Every level has loops and slopes placed around that lets you roll on them to gain lots of speed. And because there's a spin dash, you don't need boosters every 10 seconds. Just stop, charge up a spin dash, and be on your way. But I think Sonic Frontiers' spin dash is more fun, allowing you to use it without having to be stopped. Rail grinding was pretty simple in this game, but I think that's the best way to do it. Most levels had rails around them in reasonable places that can help take you to further or higher areas, and they were all single rails, so rail switching isn't even an issue. Just run into them or homing attack them and you're on. And the roll button can be held to crouch for more speed like in SA2. Personally, I prefer the air dash to the double jump as a second jump action, but this game manages to have both. When pressing the jump button again in midair, you'll do an air dash, but by holding the trick button and pressing any of the 4 main buttons, you get a second jump. It might feel weird at first, but it quickly becomes second nature. This game has 4 levels: Ocean Paradise, which is themed after Seaside Hill, Hilltop Zone, Sunset Boulevard, which is a mix of Radical Highway, Speed Highway, and Studiopolis, and is my favorite level in the game, and Hidden Base, which is my least favorite. Sunset Boulevard is my favorite because of how simple it is and easy to speed up with all the slopes and straightaways. It's really easy to read and see what's up ahead, and has more traditional 3D platforming as some of the other paths in the level, which is something I missed from Ocean Paradise. Hilltop has it though. Because of the simplicity of the gameplay, it gives you more time to focus on the great decoration and references in the level. Hidden Base feels more like a maze that's really easy to go backwards in because a lot of it is dark and cramped inside, which makes it really easy to get lost. This game also has the Sonic 3 elemental shields. They're triggered with the roll button in midair, except for the bubble shield, which has no value. Normally it would allow you to bounce to get height, but now everyone can already do that. And even though it lets you breathe underwater, that's only helpful in the first level, because no other one has water. Plus, the only way you drown in Ocean Paradise is either by playing in 240p, or not knowing what a spin dash jump is. Last week, I went through and recollected all of the secrets, and they are the best post-game thing to do. After completing the main story, you unlock a radar that can detect if something is nearby, but it doesn't require going extremely far off most normal paths for it to detect anything. Almost all of the secrets are put in great places that normally require some extra platforming or thinking to get to them, instead of just being hidden in the most obscure place possible. Each level has multiple secrets, 3 in Ocean Paradise, 5 in Hilltop, 3 in Sunset Boulevard, and 4 in Hidden Base. This makes it really fun to replay and explore each level just to see what's in it. On a first playthrough, these levels are so huge and expansive that they could feel like their own open zone. Great for hiding secrets that can unlock. This game has 7 playable characters. The first 4 are unlocked after beating the main story, while the other 3 need secrets to be unlocked. Sonic can use a drop dash by holding the roll button while in midair, and a homing attack plus to keep momentum if holding down the button while homing attacking. Mighty has a bounce dash, which is similar to the drop dash, but it slams you to the ground immediately like in Sonic Mania, and he has a hard shell, which keeps him immune to all damage when rolling. Ray can glide by holding the roll button to go up and the jump button to go down. Shadow has a Chaos Kick, which lets him slow down time to make himself invincible to kill an enemy. It's not mentioned, but he also has an instant homing attack which works for anything that he can lock onto. Metal Sonic has a boost, which is activated by the stomp button, but it drains rings really quickly, and he's unlocked from getting all of the metal parts in Hidden Base. Super Sonic is just Sonic, but faster and invincible, and he's unlocked from getting all of the Chaos Emeralds spread between the first 3 levels. Classic Sonic can go faster and jump higher than Sonic, but he has a garbage homing attack. He's unlocked from getting all of the emblems in Hilltop. Only the Hedgehogs can use the elemental shields, Mighty and Ray can't. My favorite characters to play as are Ray, because he breaks any level he's in, Shadow, because of his instant homing attack and ability to use elemental shields, and Super Sonic, because power. I've designated each of the 4 main characters their own level: Ocean Paradise for Sonic, Hilltop for Mighty, Sunset Boulevard for Shadow, and Hidden Base for Ray. The other 3 can really go wherever, I don't care for them as much. There are 5 different types of challenges: beating the level, getting a star combo to a specific amount, beating Tails in a race, completing the level in reverse, and completing it without any rings or monitors. Ocean Paradise requires a 40-star combo for Challenge 2. A Tails race just has him in the tornado, and for the most part I was around him or ahead of him. Challenge 4 is just as easy as beating the level normally, and Challenge 5 didn't take too long to beat. I think the challenges are reasonably difficult, specifically 2, 3, and 5, and are a nice addition to the post-game and add some more enjoyment. Also, Hilltop needs 80 stars for Challenge 2, Sunset Boulevard needs 120, and Hidden Base needs 150. I have no idea why it's 150 instead of 160, just for consistency. Some of the later challenges can get pretty hard, especially the star combos for Sunset Boulevard and Hidden Base, and I didn't want to delay this video by a month to beat them. Out of all of the challenges, the Tails Race challenges are my favorite, because it's like a speedrun, letting me find the fastest and most optimal paths in each level. And finally, I want to talk about the music. Because if you know anything about Sonic games, no matter how good or bad the game is, the music is amazing. And even though this is a fan game, it's no different. The music in this game rivals some of the best official Sonic music. The main menu and character selection get you pumped up to play, and in Ocean Paradise, it sounds like you're chilling until the drop. Hilltop is my 3rd favorite track. Just pure energy throughout and feels more like the grassy hills with lava caves it actually is. Sunset Boulevard is my 2nd favorite because it's extremely jazzy and fits the high energy, lights on at evening city it is, and just listen to this part. Hidden Base gives me mixed feelings. Sometimes I can be vibing to it and then immediately switch to feeling weird. It's one of the weirdest sounding tracks in the game. And the final boss, which is my favorite, even though it's not high energy, it's a great track to chill out to at any time. I mean, listen to this. But it feels very different during the actual fight. You just feel scared for your life without the ability to do anything to his Mighty Shell shield. I mean, this part's just scary. Invincibility and speed shoes are fine, but they remind me a lot of the ones for Sonic Adventure, and go check out the official Sonic GT music channel to listen to these tracks and also see this. If you've made it this far, it's cool to know that someone wants to hear me ramble this long about a 3-year-old's fan game. And if you're looking for something to play, or you don't want to play any Sage 23 games for some crazy reason, I think Sonic GT is a great way to spend a few days or weeks on, depending on whether you'd want to beat all of those challenges. And if you've enjoyed hearing me talk about Sonic, make sure to hit subscribe so you can see me play some Sage 23 games next week. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.